Tobias with us. Questions for Tobias? All right, Tobias. First one's from Lauren.
Hey Tobias, I'm sorry to repeat the same question from a couple nights ago, but I know you probably weren't fully happy with how that one went. How important was that fourth quarter for you guys, and how proud are you of the way that you guys pulled it out at the end?
Yeah, I was proud of where we handled ourselves tonight through some adversity. We didn't have a great third quarter coming out of there, but we were able to settle down and fourth quarter get some stops, gain some momentum, and make some good plays. And then late in the game, late in the stretch, I just thought we did a great job defensively, locking in and converting offensively and executing. So that was big for us.
Tony was 8 for 8 from the field, and you told us a lot about the winning culture you feel that you guys have built together. How much does he exemplify that culture that you keep telling us about?
It's just that attitude, and I think for Tony, he's a guy who has came into these minutes and is just doing a great job with them. He loves to play, comes to play, he has great energy. Doesn't really say too much, but goes out there, plays his tail off, and he's doing so much dirty work for us today and defending really well. He just impacted the game on both sides. So guys like that, it's important. That's winning basketball right there, and he really helped us win tonight's game.
Thank you.
Yep.
Let's go to Keith and then Kai. Keith, go ahead.
Tobias, you were a guy who was traded a couple of times in your career. What type of advice do you have to some of the young guys whose name has been mentioned in a lot of these trade talks right now?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's one of those times of the year, but you'll face it every single year, and my advice is just to stay in the moment right now. You can't really control any of what's going on, what you hear. So yeah, I mean, I don't have any. I'm not making any assumptions and putting that in the air. But my biggest advice is just stay right here in this moment, and that's you're putting on a uniform. I mean, nobody knows what can happen, but I know from experience that it is part of this game, and this part is just part of NBA. So it's just one of those things.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Go to Kai and then Mark. Go ahead, Kai.
Hey, Tobias. Doc was saying he thought you kind of struggled a little bit in New York, and then he was happy with you tonight. How you just kind of let the game come to you. You weren't trying to force anything. What kind of mindset do you have, and what do you think kind of was working for you tonight that really wasn't working for you on Sunday?
Just being able to evaluate the game a little bit better, really. Obviously, it's kind of new territory of us playing new dynamic, new lineup, pretty much, and just trying to pick apart the game the best way possible. So I thought tonight we found the good action. Kind of the horn set was able to get the guy that we wanted in some of those matchups, but it was more patience than the other night, and obviously not as many mistakes defensively and whatnot, so we were able to get out. But every game is a game to evolve and a game to get better. And for myself, I go back and watch the film, check out spacing, see different plays that could be made out there, and really dissect that. So, it's part of the process of a player and being in those positions. But I'm a guy who wants to master those settings, so that's big for me.
Thanks, Tate.
Yep.
We're gonna take a last one from Martin Arducci.
Hey, Tobias, could you talk a little bit about how it seems like you really relish, especially late game situations, fourth quarter situations, when you know the team's depending on you? How much have you really embraced that role this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's a role that I've always wanted to be in as a player, and I think the biggest thing for me is just executing during those plays. I'm willing to live with the result of what they can be, but I would just say my attitude is not to get the highlights or get the praise. It's just to get the win, and that's where I feel like my determination comes in play. It's just to do whatever I can for us to get the win and us to be laughing and screaming in the locker room after the game and enjoying winning. That's the biggest thing for me that I look at as a player, and what gets me up to do this is to go out and compete and to really be the force to winning those games. So that's my attitude and mind frame.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yep.